Alright, I got another collection update video for you guys. This will be part, I think, 33. Um, First up for this portion, we have Over the Hedge, I think. Yes, the title's right next to that, or start with the letter P. Alright, Over the Hedge. Let's see. It doesn't seem to have any cast information, so I couldn't tell you if any. It's been so long since I've seen this that I couldn't tell you who all, or what voices I would recognize in it. Good. But it is PG, came out in 2006, and is an hour and 23 minutes long. So insert that. Oh. All right. Next up, we have Paddington. And as you can tell there, this is a Blu-ray DVD combo. It is rated PG. Nicole Kidman is in it. So is David Heyman from Harry Potter. Peter Capaldi is in it. Julie Walters is in it. Those are the names that I recognize from here on the back of here. It is PG. I think I already said that though. 95 minutes long and came out in what year? Looks like 2015, thereabouts. That's the first year that it mentions on the back of here. It's 2015, so I'm guessing that's the release year. So yeah, good movie. It just had a threequel not too long ago, Paddington in Peru. I haven't been able to find that one yet because I don't think it's I don't know if it's on physical media yet. But I do have Paddington 2, and I had gotten a initial DVD, and then this one was, I think, Blu-ray. This one was a Blu-ray DVD combo, so I ended up with 2 DVDs, which that's okay. I get redundant copies of things a lot anyway, so it doesn't even faze me that I have 3 copies of this. I have 2 copies of the other one, but I expected to have 2 copies because I got a Blu-ray DVD combo. But this one just said it was a Blu-ray and it doesn't have the DVD icon on the back, so I was like, oh, there's a DVD in here too. Cool. Okay. This one came out in 2017. Oh, and Hugh Grant is in this one. I don't think Hugh Grant was in the original. He was not. Okay. So Hugh Grant joins the cast for this one. All the other names that I recognized are returning cast members for this, I think. I don't know the actor's name, but the guy that plays Mad Eye Moody in Harry Potter is in this one as well, if I remember correctly. PG came out in 2017 and it's 104 minutes long, so it's about 9 minutes longer than the original, I think, if my math is mathing correct properly. Next up, we have a double feature pack of The Pagemaster and The Seeker. The Pagemaster has Macaulay Culkin and Christopher Lloyd in it. As well as the voices of Whoopi Goldberg, Leonard Nimoy, and Patrick Stewart being the 3 of the 4 that I recognize. I don't recognize Frank Welker's name, but he's in here as well. And Pagemaster is rated G. Came out in 1994 and is 75 minutes long. The Seeker has Christopher Eccleston in it, and his is the only name that I recognize on the back of here for that. And it is PG. Came out in 2007 and is 99 minutes long. So here we are. I want to say they each had their own disc. because I'm pretty sure in my sorting process, I've already passed Page Master, but not Seeker. Anyway, moving on. Next up, we have Frank Sinatra in Pal Joey. I don't recognize the name on either side of his, but I do recognize Frank Sinatra's name because I've seen Hairspray a time or two. I believe Frank Sinatra music is in Hairspray. This one came out in, looks like 1957 originally, so it doesn't need a rating, and is 109 minutes long. Cool. I need to check that one out because I haven't seen it yet. And then I actually have all 3 Parent Trap movies. I say all 3, and you're like, wait, Isaac, there's only 2 of them. Well, that's not entirely accurate. There's 2 right here, plus the Lindsay Lohan version. I have all 3, but I don't have a case for the Lindsay Lohan version. But here is Parent Trap and Parent Trap 2. And initially I thought this was, or that these were actual twin sisters, but it's like the Lindsay Lohan version. The same actress plays both girls. And I believe the Parent Trap 2 is about one or both of their children. Let's see who plays the Hayley Mills plays both. These are both Hayley Mills. Let's see. The original, and I believe theirs are the only names that I recognize. The back of the case for this one. Yep. Both this and the and its sequel, I think, are rated G. I'd be shocked if they weren't, because they're both suitable for all ages. Let's see. I don't recognize any of the cast member names for the second one. Let's see. When did the original come out? That would give me an indication as to when the second one came out, sort of. The 2-movie bundle came out in 2005, but looks like the original was in the 60s. It doesn't say when in the 60s, it just says Hayley Mills, Special Academy Award winner for 1960s Pollyanna. It says more than that, but doesn't say when the second one comes out. But Hayley Mills reprises her roles as identical twins, Sharon and Susan. Anyway, the second one is 81 minutes long. The original was 129 minutes long, so it's quite a bit shorter than the original. They're on the same disc with a bonus feature disc afterwards. And yeah, like I said, I would be shocked if they weren't both rated G. I don't see a rating on the Parent Trap 2. Is there an insert that might help me find that? Let's see. There is an insert, however, it does not have rating information on there for the second one. So unless I find out otherwise, Parent Trap 2, I'm going to definitively say is rated G because it's just as family friendly as the original. So anyway, moving on. I spent a little bit too much time on that particular one. Next up, we have a 20 movie collection of war movies. I'll just read them from top to bottom, left to right, and mention any names that I recognize. if it says actors' names on it. I recognize a couple of names on the front of the packaging. I recognize Glenn Ford and Billy Dee Williams. I don't know why I recognize Glenn Ford, but Billy Dee Williams, I know why I know him. He's Lando Calrissian in Star Wars, the OG. First up, we have Casablanca Express from 1989, which is not rated, and 84 minutes long in color. I think a few of these are in black and white, so I got to specify. This next one is in fact one of the black and white ones. Next up is Waterfront from 1944, which is 64 minutes long and in black and white, and also not rated. Then we have Cold War Killers from 1986 in color. It's 86 minutes long. Oh, that's ironic. It came out in 1986 and it was 86 minutes long. I think that's funny. It's also not rated. I don't think any of these are rated, so I might not have to say that every time. Yeah, none of them are rated, so I don't have to say that every single time. Next up, we have A Yank in Libya, 1942, black and white, 66 minutes long. And then we have Black Brigade, 1969, 70 minutes long. Casablanca Express is the one that has Glenn Ford. It looks like I forgot to mention that a second ago. I mentioned that title. Let's see. Next up, we have They Raid by Night from 1942, which is 69 minutes long and in black and white. We have Hitler's SS, Portrait of Evil. And that could be replaced by a political party that's still around in our day. I'll just leave it at that so I don't get canceled. But yeah, this Hitler's SS movie came out in 1985. Is 145 minutes long, which I think makes it the longest of these ones. Yeah, it's the longest by a half hour of all of these. Anyway, it's in color, not rated. Then we have Eagles Attack at Dawn from 1970, which is 96 minutes long and in color, and it is not rated, which I said I didn't need to mention that every time. Anyway, none of these are rated. Then we have Commandos with a runtime of 98 minutes from 1968 in color. Go for Broke is from 1951, is 90 minutes long in black and white. Target for Tonight is from 1941 and is only 49 minutes long. That's a little bit short, or kind of short, but not the shortest one on here. And it is in black and white. Then we have Thunderbolt, narrated by Jimmy Stewart. Oh, I think he was a president, wasn't he? The U.S. president. Came out in 1947 and is in color and 42 minutes long. And then we have The True Glory, with a prologue by Dwight D. Eisenhower. I'm pretty sure he was also a U.S. president. That one came out in 1945 and is 83 minutes long in black and white. Then we have The Battle of San Pietro from 1945, which is only 38 minutes long, which I think is the shortest of the bunch here. And it's black and white. Then we have Frank Capra's Prelude to War. This one came out in 1942 and is 50 minutes long and in black and white. Then we have Memphis Belle Belle spelled Belle, which I believe is also French for beautiful, if I'm not mistaken. That one came out in 1944 and is 39 minutes long in color. I'm surprised something from the 40s is in color. Interesting. I wonder if they had to pay extra for it to be in color at that point in history. And then we have, moving on, we have Firing Squad from 1991, which is 97 minutes long and in color. Not surprisingly, because it's the 90s. Do I recognize any names listed in this one? I do not. Okay. Moving on. Next up, we have Battle of Blood Island from 1960, which is 71 minutes long and in black and white. Then we have a name I'm probably going to butcher, Passchendaele, I think, from 2007 in color. It's 115 minutes long. Is that the one that has Billy Dee Williams in it? I don't know. I don't see his name on there. I haven't seen Billy Dee Williams' name appear on the back of the case yet, which is weird because that title I just mentioned is the second to last one on here. So I'm not sure which of these Billy Dee Williams it's on, but his name's on the front of the packaging, so I assume he's in one of these, or one or more maybe. Maybe he wasn't credited or something. Anyway, got sidetracked there. Excuse me. And last up, we have The North Star from 1943, 105 minutes in black and white. So, yeah, I have no idea which of these movies Billy Dee Williams is in, or if he's like a narrator for some, or like a commentator or something in them, or like gives one of the prologues or something. But because I don't see his name on the back of the case at all, but his name is clear as day right here, Billy Dee Williams. So, yeah. Anyway, next up we have Passengers from 2016. This one is for the majority of the runtime. It only has two actually human characters, and that is Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence's characters, Aurora and Jim. The reason I specified only two human characters is because there's also this guy who's a robot bartender. I don't know the actor's name for that, but he doesn't play a human; he plays a robot. So that's why I said human characters. Emphasize that. Anyway, this is a really, really good romantic action type movie thing. Not sure exactly which category this would fit in, but it's definitely a romantic story of some sort. I'll read the little description here in a second, but Lawrence Fishburne is in it later on in the movie. Maybe that robot bartender is Michael Sheen. That name does sound familiar to me, but I couldn't put it. I don't know if I would recognize him if I saw Michael Sheen, but maybe it's that robot bartender guy. Anyway, it's PG-13. Trying to see where's the runtime is hiding. There it is, 116 minutes. And given that it came out in 2016, it's not very surprising that it is in color. But the little description of the movie is this. Jennifer Lawrence and Chris Pratt star in a high-stakes adventure about two passengers, Aurora and Jim, on board a spaceship transporting them to a new life on another planet. The trip takes a deadly turn when their hibernation pods mysteriously wake them up 90 years before they reach their destination. As they try to unravel the mystery behind the malfunction, they discover that the ship itself is in grave danger. With the lives of 5,000 sleeping passengers at stake, only Jim and Aurora can save them all. I did that in my best cinematic voice that I could. Because it's fun to talk in like a trailer voice sometimes. And it's easier than talking in a gravelly voice like Batman or Venom. But anyway, moving on, we have two really great comedy movies, and those are Paul Blart's Mall Cop 1 and 2. Or Paul Blart Mall Cops 1 and 2. I guess it's not Paul. Anyway, Paul Blart Mall Cop 1 and 2. That's what I was trying to say. We have Kevin James being the title role here. And let's see. I recognize another face that's in these movies because I used to watch Austin and Ally, and it was Austin and Ally's additional female friend. I can't remember her character's name, but I think Trish or Tish or something. The girl who plays Tish or Trish or whatever it is, she's in both of these as Kevin James' daughter. But I can't remember like what her actress name is, what the actress who played that role is. Anyway, they're both PG. The first one is 91 minutes, and the second one is 94 minutes. And honestly, with as much as I was laughing with both of these, I would love it if they would make a third. That would be it. It's hard to go wrong with something like this. So next up, we have Paycheck with Ben Affleck, Aaron Eckhart, and Uma Thurman. So we have Daredevil / Batman meets Two-Face and Poison Ivy. Interesting. Let's see, who else is in this? Paul Giamatti is in this as well. And there's are the four names that I recognize on the back here. I haven't seen this one yet. It came out in 2003. I don't see an American rating on here actually, but in Canada it's PG for violence and coarse language. So there's that. And it's 118 minutes long. So there we go. I'll have to watch that at some point. Then we have a Peanuts Blu-ray holiday collection here with 3 remastered classics. Said classics are Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, and Charlie Brown Christmas. There's also a bonus episode bonus episodes on each of these. I think 2 bonus episodes apiece, and they are in the same order that I listed them here. The bonus episodes are It's Magic Charlie Brown, plus featurette We Need a Blockbuster Charlie Brown for 25 minutes of runtime. They're all 25 minutes long, so total of 75 minutes between the 3. The Thanksgiving one has a bonus episode, The Mayflower Voyages, plus a featurette, Popcorn and Jelly Beans, making a Thanksgiving classic. And then the Christmas one has It's Christmas Again, Charlie Brown, plus a featurette, A Christmas Miracle, The Making of a Charlie Brown Christmas. And it's in one of these like box cover things. Designs on the front and back of each look actually kind of different on the back. On the back, it is different from the front here. Interesting. Okay. Is there an insert or something in here? Oh, it's just it's one that has one of those. A divider to hold 3 discs. I guess that makes sense. Okay. And next up, We have the Peanuts movie, a Blu-ray DVD combo. This one came out in 2015. My dad swears we saw this. I have no recollection of it. So he may have seen it, but I did not. But this one is 88 minutes long and doesn't show any cast information. That's super helpful. Not having cast information on some of these animated titles is actually not helpful. This one's rated G. None of those holiday ones are rated. They're all not rated. Yeah. And next stack's a little bit shorter. The ones we just went through are ones that'll fit on one of the stacks that I'm currently putting cases on top of, and these ones will start a stack in front of the one that those are to the right of. So first up in this stack we have Pearl Harbor, the 60th anniversary commemorative edition, and it has one of these like 3-compartment type cases here, and an insert that we'll get to in a second. It is 183 minutes, and I think since disc 2 for this didn't say anything about being a bonus feature disc, I think that when this came out, DVDs may not have been able to handle 183 minutes on a single disc. Of course, by the time Avengers Endgame came out, they could, but this one came out. Oh, when the heck did this come out? It's the 60th anniversary of the attack on Pearl Harbor. I'm trying to remember when that occurred, because that would be able to tell me what year this came out. Insert doesn't. The little insert here, not all that helpful for determining when the movie came out. Great. I know that Pearl Harbor was attacked during World War II. I think that's what dragged the U.S. into World War II, if I remember correctly. So I want to say like somewhere in the 1940s, so maybe like a 2002 or something release, or early 2000s, somewhere in there. Anyways, it's PG-13, 183 minutes long, and is in color. Ben Affleck is in this one, so is Kate Beckinsale, and theirs are the two names. Oh, and Jon Voight and Alec Baldwin. Those are the 4 names that I recognize, with music by Hans Zimmer. I also recognize his name because I have a lot of movies that have music by him in there. So, is there anything else this side? No. Okay. All right. So aside from not knowing when this movie actually came out, I do have it, and I know more about it than that, except for the release here, apparently. Anywho, moving on. Next up, we have Penelope. Oh, I didn't realize James McAvoy was in this. James McAvoy, Catherine O'Hara, and Reese Witherspoon are all in this, as well as Christina Ricci, who I believe plays the title character. Yes, she does. Okay. Are there other names other than those 4 that I would recognize on here? Nope. Doesn't look like it. Okay. So this one is... Oh, where'd they release? Oh, come on. I think this one's PG in America and in Canada, because I can't imagine it being PG-13, and it's definitely not rated R in the G through PG-13 section. So I'm gonna say that it is PG here in America. It just has a Canadian rating on the back. It came out in 2007 and is 90 minutes long. So yeah, it's a good one. A good movie. Next up, one I haven't seen yet, is Penny Serenade with with Cary Grant and Irene Dunne. I recognize Cary Grant's name more because I got a case that had like, or a case like this that had like 5 of his titles in it. We already covered that one back in with one of the titles was Only Angels Have Wings when we covered that one. Yeah, that's the only reason I recognize his name because I've got a few of his titles. I don't think I've ever seen any of his movies, but I have a few of them. It is 120 minutes long. Doesn't have any rating information or a release year listed here. It does say 2001, but I know this didn't come out in 2001. I know that much. Although it very well could have, I suppose, but because it doesn't say whether it's in color or black and white. Although this screenshot looks like it's in black and white, although it's color here. It looks like black and white there. So maybe it has both versions on here. I don't know. I'll have to watch it and find out, I guess. Anyway, I don't want to spend too much time on any one particular title, especially if it's one that I haven't seen yet, because I couldn't talk intelligently about it. If I haven't seen it, it's like, hey, it's a thing. I haven't. Next up, one that has Rob Lowe and Christopher Lloyd on the packaging as faces that I recognize from on the front of the case. We have A Perfect Day. This one is not rated with a Canadian PG rating. That's why it's in with the G through PG-13s. And the 2 names I mentioned from the front appear to be the only ones that I recognize. And honestly, I saw that Rob Lowe was in this, and I got it after I started watching The Floor, so I was like, hey, it's Rob Lowe. I want to get that. Because he's really great on that game show. This one came out in 2006. I think I already mentioned. Yeah, that says that on the front of the case right here. 2006. So, anyway, Canadian PG, not rated in America, 91 minutes long. And honestly, Rowena King's name sounds mildly familiar for some reason. And it's in color. All right. Next up, we have The Perfect Score. And this one has 2 names that I recognize from the MCU. Those being Scarlett Johansson and Chris Evans. Let's see. Do I recognize any of the other names on here? Erica Christensen, that name sounds familiar. This guy looks familiar because I think he's in the Fast and Furious franchise, but I don't know what his name is. I should know what his name is. I know something else that he's been in, the Fast and Furious franchise, but I don't know his name. Don't know the actor's name. Anyway, this movie came out in 2003, is PG-13, and is 92 minutes long. And it's about this group of friends trying to cheat on their SAT scores by getting the answers ahead of time so they all pass. Hence, the perfect score. But they have a pretty funny turn of events that there's like, because it's supposed to be a comedy. It's a comedy, and so it's like but it's a comedy that actually does land. Not every comedy these days lands. This one lands pretty well. Yeah, it is a good one. I liked it. So, there we go. 2 more titles left for this particular video, and then I'll call it quits for today. Next up, we have Jane Austen's Persuasion, a fairy tale for adults, and a splendid motion picture, according to Georgia Brown with the Village Voice. I haven't seen this one, but let's see if I recognize any of the names listed on here. Nope, I do not. It is PG, however, and it came out in 1995 and runs for 104 minutes. So I'll have to give this one a watch. It sounds kind of good. Anyway, last up for this particular video, and until the next time I record, which may end up being Monday, we'll cover these other 3 stacks that I have here. 1, 2, 3. We'll cover those 3 in a later video, probably at the start of next week, on Monday or something. But last up for this one is my personal favorite of the 2 animated Peter Pan movies, and that is Peter Pan 2: Return to Neverland. I like the story in this one a little bit more than the original, because it seems more whimsical and fun. This one, I think, was a direct-to-video sequel. It's rated G. I can't tell what year it came out in, because there's the sticker on the back here that I assume is probably covering the release year. But it is 73 minutes long, and no, there's not an insert that would indicate a release year on here. But I remember being super stoked when I found this when I found this one, because I had been looking to buy it for like 10 years at the point when I found it. So I've had it for at least that long now. I want to say I got it in like 2017 or something like that. So almost 10 years I've had this movie, and it's a good one. All right. That is it for this particular video. We're still under the 40-minute mark. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.